So what we're going to use first is we're going to use some deer hair brown, just a few pieces, and I'm going to be tying him in about halfway. Make sure I like the way the tail's going to look. I'm going to go right about here, about halfway, nice loose wrap to keep it on top. A couple wraps here. Tie that in. And while I'm here, I might as well tie in a piece of copper. So I'm going to take a nice piece of copper right here, piece of copper wire. Okay. I'll switch to different scissors because I only cut the copper with a specific pair of scissors, so I don't care if they get dull. Okay, so we're going to start tying this in. Pull this back a little bit. And we're going to tie both of these in all the way to the point. And we'll leave that right there. Obtain these nice tails. Okay. So next thing I have is it's called furry foam, and this is tan. I've been wanting to use this stuff. As you can see, I barely touched it, and I think this is going to work pretty good for the body. So all I'm doing is I'm cutting a nice thin piece, going almost like a, there you go. And I'm going to lay this on this top two. So I'm going to tie this in. If it wraps around though, it's okay. We're just going to wrap anyway. So we're going to take this all the way to about halfway where we stopped. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to start wrapping him. So I'm twisting him. I'm twisting the foam. And it gives a nice, almost like a hair, like a, I'm not twisting too much, but it gives it nice hair, like almost like hair strands on here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start wrapping him forward, showing the twist and following the brown. And you want to get them to where you like them, and I kind of like it right there. So I'm going to switch hands, and I'm just going to do 2 wraps real quick on this. Pull this back a little bit. Snip it off. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this copper wire. I'm going to go the opposite way. Making sure I don't catch any of the tail. And I'm going to form a ribbing right before the brown. I don't want to cover the brown. Creating just a nice distinct pattern for the ribs, or for the abdomen. Okay, now once I get to the end here, same thing, tie it off, just a couple wraps. Okay. Grab my older scissors, put these away, I won't need these anymore. 1 or 2 wraps to hold it in. Okay, so we got the abdomen, so you can tease the abdomen out a little bit right now. So I have a little thing we used to use for cleaning greenware. Tease those hairs up. If you look real close, you can see them in there. And it's kind of nice. I've only seen this with this furry foam, so I can tell I'm going to like this stuff a lot. Okay, so we're going to go back So right at the last rib. Okay, so right at the last rib here. And what we want to do is we want to tie in a piece of Swiss straw. So I'm going to take a piece of Swiss straw, cut it. Don't want to use the whole thing, don't need to, so I'm going to take a nice chunk of it off here. This will work. About that big of a piece. And I'm going to tie it in. The thing with the Swiss straw, when you tie it in, what you want to do is kind of loose wrap again. And then you can pinch it down. So you loose wrap so it wraps around, it kind of wraps around the whole body here. I kind of pick it up and make sure I'm right where I need to be, which is right there. Okay, next thing we're going to need is a very little bit of dubbing. So I'm going to use some dark brown, mix it up a little bit. I got some here, so I take out what I think I need, cut it in half, and cut it in half again. Okay. What I usually do is roll back and forth, get a little wet, and then just roll one direction. Sliding it as I roll it up. And I'm going to roll back to the beginning. Perfect. Okay, that's where I want to keep it. So next thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to take a feather. So here we go. And I'm going to pick a nice one out. Okay, I'm going to take off about half an inch. I want to make sure the legs are going to work. So what I'm looking for is a feather that's got some stiffness on it. And I like this. Okay. So I'm going to take this feather, and the first thing I'm going to do is tie it in. And again, just like before, just on top. Real easy. Give it a few good ties, and then go to about maybe a 1/16 of an inch behind the eye. Maybe a little farther back. If you watch my videos, you know I'm a fan of crowding the eye. Okay, so I'm pulling this down and making sure that the bend in the feather is arched this way. Okay, so what I do is I put my finger around this side to straighten it down, and then I push it down with this one. Okay, I want to make sure I'm all the way to where my legs are. So I'm going to pull my legs back. I can find it where I can get it even, which is right there. Okay, so once I have them even, I'm going to, again, making sure it's a loose wrap, just keep this on top. Give it some nice wraps back. Okay, then I can take him off. Okay, again, I want to make sure I didn't cut any of the legs off. So we're good here. We're good here. If I get a few extra hairs going forward, this is great. I got an antenna. Okay, so the next thing to do is you want to go ahead and pull the Swiss straw forward. Once you have this pulled forward, put your fingers a little bit and pull this back and pinch it. Okay, leaving plenty of room behind the eye. All right, leaving those right there. Leave them pinched and back for right now. Okay, the next thing I did was I took a couple bath beads and I painted them. I marked them black, unless you have black bath beads. I get white because I like to paint in different colors. So I'm going to turn around and snap these off right here, and I'm going to tie these in. So I usually go twice on one side, flip it around, Go twice on the other, and then a couple figure-8 wraps. Making sure not to catch any of the legs. And then one wrap there to hold it. I want to verify that I'm not crowding my eye, which I haven't. Okay, so from here, what I want to do is take a little more dubbing now. Take off what I think I need and take about half, very little. And I want to go around the eye. Okay, and I'm going to pull it around this side and we're going to go around that eye. I don't want to put too much dubbing on. I want to keep this really thin body line of this guy. Especially on his head, because his head is that football shaped head. We don't want to destroy that just because of a little dubbing. So there we go. Go around one more time so I can bring the thread back underneath and around the back. Okay, so we have that in place. Again, I'm licking it back through here, getting it wet. I'm going to pull this back, not pulling too tight that I break the straw, and give it about 3 wraps. Okay, so once I got the 3 wraps done, I'm going to get as close as I can to this. Alright, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to whip tie it while all this stuff is in the back. All the legs are toward the back. And I'm going to cut it on top. Okay, because what I'm going to do last is, you can do this if you like. You can do a little head cement. You can do whatever you like. But what I want to do is get these legs off. I'm teasing the fly up a little bit. Okay, so the last thing I like to do is I like to take a little bit of resin and run along the top of the thorax and the head. And the eyes. Put it all in so it kind of ties it all in.
Hello, this is Charlie Cricket again, Fun with Flies. I wanted to remind you, if you get a chance, to visit the Fun with Flies website. We're updating it every day with new patterns and all kinds of new ideas for you to tie, including some training. We're going to be adding some PDFs so you can cut out some patterns and some material lists. And while you're at it, if you enjoy this video and you want to see some more of them and see them right when they come out, which we're sending out maybe one a week, go ahead and choose subscribe and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, have a good day and enjoy. I'll send you back to George, funwithflies.com. Bye-bye.
And we have the Damselfly. We did them in brown, do them in green, whatever color you like. I even got some little antennas on here. Nice bushy tail. I like to leave that nice and long. Legs. Okay, I want to thank you for joining in. Next couple flies you're going to see, make sure you subscribe. Next flies I'm doing are traditional like this. And there you have them, the Damselfly. Have a good day.
Hey, it's Charlie Cricket back here again. I hope you enjoyed that video. That sure was a lot of fun. Go ahead and if you liked it, make sure you hit that like button up there in the corner. And if you really like it and you want to subscribe to the channel, just hit that subscribe button up there too. You'll get notifications when new videos are coming out. And there's also the Fun with Flies website. A lot of the videos are on there. We're adding new stuff to there every day. So I want to thank you for watching, and you have a good day. Goodbye.